Whether you love me or hate me, you gotta vote for me.
The White House might be luxurious, but for Donald Trump, it's basically a bed and breakfast. Marble, gold, Greek statues, even his own vineyard.
I own actually one of the largest wineries in the United States.
This is how the former president really lives. Today, I'm taking you inside his 5 favorite residences. Each one looks like a movie set, funded with the budget of a Middle Eastern king. Number 5. Trump Winery, Charlottesville, Virginia. Yes, Donald Trump owns a winery, and no, he's not exactly stomping grapes in the backyard, but the story behind this place is peak Trump. Back in 2011, Trump swooped in and bought a 1,100-acre estate in Virginia's wine country for just $8.5 million. A bargain deal for land that could be worth up to $170 million. Included in the deal? 450 acres of vineyards, a wine operation, and a literal mansion called Albemarle House. This 45-room estate is now part of the Trump Hotel's collection and rents out for a cool $299 a night, if you want to live like political royalty for an evening. But here's where it gets even more Trumpian. He didn't just buy it, he handed the entire operation to his son Eric, who now owns it under the name Trump Winery. But fun fact, the website quietly notes that Trump Winery is a registered trademark of Eric Trump Wine Manufacturing LLC. The translation? It's technically not part of Donald Trump's business empire despite the name, the branding, and the 10-foot letters spelling Trump at the entrance. And while Trump once claimed he owned one of the largest wineries in the United States,
I own actually one of the largest wineries in the United States. It's in Charlottesville.
a statement that's been, let's say, generously disputed, the property does deliver on luxury. Think rolling hills, marble bathrooms, and tastings that feel more like presidential briefings. It's the kind of place where a wine glass isn't just a glass, it's a statement. And that's exactly what makes it a Trump favorite. Number 4. Seven Springs, Bedford, New York. Compared to Trump's other gold-drenched palaces, Seven Springs almost feels modest. But let's not get carried away. It still has 60 rooms, 3 swimming pools, a bowling alley, and sits on 213 acres of pristine countryside just outside Manhattan. Trump bought this estate back in 1996 for just $7.5 million, pocket change by his standards. His original plan? Turn it into a world-class golf resort, but that idea quietly disappeared, and today it serves a different purpose, a private family getaway, and a curious tax write-off. The mansion itself was built in 1919 by Eugene Mayerth, the guy who ran the Federal Reserve and owned the Washington Post. So yes, it's got history, legacy, and just enough mystery to feel like the setting of a political drama. The house spans over 50,000 square feet, with a grand staircase, crystal chandeliers, wood-paneled libraries, and fireplaces big enough to roast a small cow. But like anything with Trump's name on it, Seven Springs comes with a headline or two. In 2009, Trump allegedly let Muammar Gaddafi, yes, the Gaddafi, camp out in a tent on the property after no hotel in New York would host him during a UN visit. Diplomacy meets glamping. Trump style. Oh, and in 2021, the estate became the focus of a criminal investigation. Trump reportedly claimed the property was worth over $290 million. On paper. Meanwhile, Forbes estimated it's closer to $24 million. That's not just optimistic accounting, that's art. When questioned, the Trump Organization defended the valuation with the same energy you'd expect from someone selling a used Lamborghini with no engine. It's rare. Still, despite all the drama, Seven Springs remains one of Trump's quietest retreats. No gold cherubs, no fountains, just rolling hills, old money vibes, and the occasional international dictator in a tent. Number 3. Trump National Golf Club, Bedminster, New Jersey. Imagine having your own private golf club, and not just for tea time, but as your personal summer hideaway, wedding venue, presidential headquarters, and at one point, your future burial site. Welcome to Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. This isn't just a country club, it's a Trump-style fortress. A sprawling, ultra-exclusive estate with a championship golf course, private villas, Secret Service, ready infrastructure, and enough marble to make Caesar blush. Membership starts at a cool $350,000 just to join. Then you pay more for the privilege of spending time there. Sounds about right. Now, this property holds a special place in Trump world. During his presidency, it was dubbed the Summer White House. He'd escape Washington to host dignitaries, hold press conferences, and swing a few rounds between meetings. Rumor has it he preferred the view from the 18th hole over the one from the Oval Office. Honestly, can you blame him? The main clubhouse is a colonial-style mansion, surrounded by rolling greens, hedges trimmed with military precision, and armed security blending into the scenery. Trump even had private cottages built for the family, including the one where Ivanka got married in 2009. Picture white roses, crystal chandeliers, and a reception tent that probably cost more than the average American home. But perhaps the most Trump detail of all? He once announced that he wanted to be buried on the property. Yes, right there, on the golf course forever part of the green. Later, he changed his final resting place to Mar-a-Lago. But for a while, this was the chosen plot. And honestly, only Trump would look at a golf club and say, "You know what this needs? A mausoleum." Despite the headlines and the eyebrow-raising decisions, Bedminster remains one of Trump's top sanctuaries. It's quiet, controlled, hyper-exclusive, and most importantly, it's his. No press, no protesters, just golf, steak, and strategy sessions under a chandelier. And as far as presidential escapes go, it's not Camp David, it's Camp Donald. Number 2, Trump Tower Penthouse, Manhattan, New York. If Versailles had a baby with a Las Vegas casino and raised it in Manhattan, you'd get the Trump Tower Penthouse. Perched at the very top of the iconic Trump Tower on 5th Avenue, this triplex apartment is less of a home and more of a gold-plated monument to one man's ego. Estimated to be worth over $200 million, the place has 3 floors, walls dripping in 24-karat gold, and ceilings painted with full-blown Greek mythology scenes. Yes, actual clouds, angels, and gods hovering above your living room. Trump moved in during the 80s with Ivana, then later lived there briefly with Melania before relocating to the White House in 2017. But don't worry, this apartment never stopped being extra. The interior was designed by Angelo Donghia, a man so fancy he was once dubbed the Saint Laurent of sofas. And it shows. Think custom crystal chandeliers, polished bronze railings, chocolate-toned marble, and enough mirrored walls to make you never forget who's king. Let's talk about features. The entryway has an antique clock sitting on a hand-carved gold inlaid console. The breakfast room? Gold goblets, gold trays, gold juice glasses, because apparently orange juice tastes better when it's surrounded by wealth. Melania's office? Oh, just a Renoir painting, a Louis Vuitton jewelry box, and a Louis XIV-inspired desk. Casual. And of course, no Trump space is complete without some brand identity. You've got the Trump family coat of arms, portraits of the family including the late Fred Trump, and even a marble fireplace crowned by a statue of Apollo, riding a chariot pulled by mythological horses. It's not a living room, it's a declaration of war on minimalism. Even Forbes couldn't help but roast the space. In 2016, they called it dictator chic, a style somewhere between oil tycoon and Eastern European oligarch. And honestly, they weren't wrong. This place makes Scarface's mansion look modest. But whether you love it or hate it, one thing is undeniable. The Trump Tower Penthouse is unforgettable. It's loud, unapologetic, and designed for one purpose: to impress, intimidate, and Instagram. Number 1. Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, Florida. If there's one place that screams Trump Kingdom, it's Mar-a-Lago. Forget Camp David. This is the Winter White House, the political playground, the power palace, and yes, his actual home. Built in the 1920s by serial heiress Marjorie Merriweather Post, this 114-room Spanish-style estate is anchored right on the Florida coast, armed with coral rock, hurricane-proof steel, and more imported marble than a Roman cathedral. It's grand, it's historical, it's excessive. In other words, it was destined to end up in Trump's hands. In 1985, Trump bought the entire property, fully furnished for less than $10 million. Today, It's a private club where membership costs $200,000 just to walk in the door, plus annual fees of $14,000. And what do you get for that? Oh, just exclusive access to the private beach, pools, spa, tennis courts, ballrooms, and the chance to rub shoulders with billionaires, senators, and maybe even a former president in golf attire. But Mar-a-Lago isn't just luxury, it's power in real estate form. During his presidency, Trump turned this place into a diplomatic hotspot. He hosted Chinese President Xi Jinping here over chocolate cake, held political fundraisers, and plotted his comeback campaign like a Bond villain with a better tan. And let's not forget 2022, when the FBI raided the estate and found over 100 classified documents stored in, wait for it, closets and storage rooms. That's right, national secrets nestled between beach towels and patio cushions. Mar-a-Lago went from resort to crime scene without missing a single brunch reservation. But controversy aside, this place is the epicenter of Trump world. The chandeliers sparkle with ambition, the gardens are manicured for press conferences, and every hallway whispers, you're in the presence of a man who once put his name on bottled water. Whether it's for a political rally, a black tie gala, or just another weekend on the coast, Mar-a-Lago isn't just a home, it's a brand, a statement, and a fortress of fame. And that's why it takes the crown as Trump's #1 most iconic residence. You've seen the gold, the golf, and the glamour, but what about the First Lady of Luxury? Melania Trump lives a life even more private and just as extravagant. Click on the next video to uncover how she really feels behind the scenes. Trust me, you haven't seen anything yet.